Welcome, miners. Witness the power of Pigeon Coin. Wait, what?
Hey, what's going on? Welcome everybody. What's happening is Sunday. We're doing our AMA. So you guys asked some questions and hopefully I know how to answer. Who is that again? Your hack Pigeon Life. yeah. So yeah, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. 56 viewers, 24 likes. What is going on? Seriously, what? Maybe we need to kind of hype this up a bit. Welcome to the collective. We are one. We are Rabid. We will hit that like button. All right, so we hitting that like button or what? You know, we're thinking as one. We're miners. Let's go. More like it. Oh, crazy. There it is again. Who was that? Oh, that helped. Take me to your leader. Oh, awesome. So let's just do a quick roll call. See who we got here. You guys are talking away. Oh my gosh, I had to scroll up quite a bit actually. Was not anticipating that. So we got Travelers Travels. What's going on? Budweiser. Their Golden Wolf, Sling Buzz, Rod Potts. Oh, craziness. Automatic Beats, Techman. Hey, Techman, what's going on with those laptops? You still got them? Are they on the way? What's happening? What's going on? Where's the laptops? Anyway, what's happening? Welcome. Automatic Beats, Spitfire, Miner UK, Aussie J and Mining. So you're up at 3 in the morning to watch the show. That's absolutely crazy. But welcome, much appreciated. You know, you could have probably just watched a replay after and got some sleep, but that's all right. You know. What do we got here? Aussie J still rolling through. Skirm, welcome. Appetite, PC Mines, Chirish, I think. Chris GTR, what's going on? First time 13, welcome. What's happening? Dan Rugs, HyperX. I still didn't look up HyperX, so I don't know what that is. We got Patrick Duncan. What do we got here? Scrolling through. Hugo Down, welcome Hugo Down. What's happening? Mike Metcalf, what's going on, Mike? Chuck Danger 87 likes the music. Awesome. Glad you like it. Golden Wolf, Diego Ma, Haywire 5. Was that Haywire 5? Yeah, Haywire 5 there. We got Golden Wolf in the house. Ogre MGTOW. Scrolling through. What do we got? I think it's, we got the, what is that? Saltline Show. What's going on? Welcome. Tom Carey just made first CPU rig with 7900X. Efficient mining, 3200 megahertz on Raptorium at 50 watts. Awesome. Hey, you know what? Tom Carey, you can drop the overclocking on that RAM, you know, and use a single stick and you'll get even more efficiency and not lose any hash at all. So try that one out as well if you haven't already. Maybe you're only using one stick and you're overclocked a bit still, but try it with, wait a minute, 3200 megahertz with 7900X. Maybe that is default. I might have read that wrong because that's DDR5. So they're around like 4,000 to 5,000 megahertz. So maybe that is not even overclocked at that point. I am trying to get the wireless to connect to the LAN. Gonna hunt power adapters for those after I get the network up. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Awesome. Is this RabidMining or max voltage with the hellos? I don't know. What is it? This is me, the one and only. Got myself a JazzMiner X4 QZ coming on Tuesday. Any tips? I have a few setup videos. It's going to be exactly the same, but other than that, no, not really. Just, you know, fire it up, point it to the coin you want to mine, and mine away. JazzMiners, absolutely efficient monsters for the coins that they support. Golden Wolf, are you still stuck on the roof? What? He was on the roof. Godzilla Marathon on TV. Really? Like the new Godzillas? All the movies in a row? That's pretty sweet, actually. I like the new Godzilla shows. They're pretty good. I can calculate the movement of stars, but not the madness of Isaac Newton. Have you missed as much as I have missed you, Red Putz? What are you guys talking about? What are you guys just talking away in chat like crazy? No one has questions. No one has any. What is this? Clock is locked at 4,000. Using 2 sticks. I still use the computer when not mining. 3200 is the hash. Oh, gotcha. 3.2 kilohash, 3200 hashes. Roger, I see what's going on there now. Awesome, that's wicked. Oh, so it's also your workstation. No problem then. Don't have to really worry about the efficient thing as much. That's kind of how I started with my gaming PC workstation as well, just part-time mining. So yeah, 2 sticks. Totally, you're not really up in the air on the 100% efficiency at that point. It's not a dedicated rig, so that's great. All the 60s Godzilla's movies. Tired. Oh, tired today. I woke up today and I don't know what was going on. Like, I went to roll over and then bam, like a massive shot of pain like went up my back and I was like, couldn't move. I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? This sucks. I like totally slept wrong or something. I'm just, yeah, it's been a rough morning. I don't know what's happening. I just kinked something or something. Also, another thing, yeah, oh, what is this? Favorite CPU coins. Favorite CPU coins? That would have to be Raptorium. I would have to go with Dero. I guess Epic Cash is a decent one. What else is out there? Panda Knight has been okay as well. The price is dipping. It did have a nice pump, but now that pump is long gone. But, you know, it could pump again. Who knows? It's also on par. GPUs can mine that coin as well. So that's kind of a downfall. What else is out there? XMR, you know, there's a pretty established CPU coin is there as well. Do you plan on ever adding GPUs to your calculator? I don't know. I guess I could talk to stipulated fat cap, but for GPUs, we do have lots of other calculators out there like hashrate.no and stuff. Now, you know, eventually, because, you know, I kind of do want to turn my website into rabidmining.com into like a one-stop thing where, you know, it has everything. You know, obviously a GPU calculator would be one of those, but I'd have to talk to the guy who's currently running the CPU calculator there and see how we could implement all that stuff. But yeah, maybe, but right now, short term, there isn't really much info for CPUs. That's why we kind of put together that CPU mining calculator. The other thing is we still need your guys' help, guys. We need your help. So I'm just going to go into crypto mining here at the top, right click, CPU mining calculator. Let's just look at this for a second. So if you are unfamiliar, submit your hash rates to help out the project. So right here, there's a little button. Click on this. And depending on the CPU I have, because right now it's just basic testings of what I have. I plan on going through my 3900X again and testing all the algorithms with the latest miners and stuff to see how they're doing. And then get the calculator updated for 3900X because some things seem a little bit off now. But I plan on doing that, and then obviously I'll make videos on taking a look on the hash rates with the 3900X. But I want to go through everything again. But for you guys that have Intel CPUs, maybe you have some Threadrippers out there, you know, maybe you got some Epics, come into here, test out some of these. You don't need to test out every single one. If you only know your random X hash rate, you know, fire it in, you know, click on the button, enter your hash rate for the algorithm, and just kind of help us out. That way we can get more values and more default presets for multiple CPUs in here, because I only have like the 3900X, 3950, and the 5950X, and then the 7950X, and I don't have any of the other ones in between. I don't have any 5900Xs and so on. So we need kind of everyone to help out so we can get more data into that calculator for people. Submit the hash, people. Let's go. Yeah, submit that hash rate. If you got a CPU that's not listed there, submit it. And again, like I said, I'm going to be going through the 3900X again and checking that out. Do you know how many iron solo blocks you hit over time per day and the average hash rate on solo? I have not, ever since I have not been solo mining since mainnet, so I haven't hit any on mainnet because I haven't been solo mining. But so yeah, I don't really know. The nodes have been broken since mainnet. You got to add the Team Red Miner Stratum if you want to get your 3 to 4x hash boost in there. Another thing today, I'm kind of late on, is so today's the last day to get your taxes in, right? Well, actually tomorrow technically is, because today's Sunday. At least where I am, so we have till tomorrow, and I just started doing it yesterday. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll find out all my numbers, export my SCVs, you know, kind of put everything in, good to go. Then I started going through the transactions. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna take a long time. I should have started this earlier. So I got a big day ahead of me. I don't know if I'll get a video recorded or not for tomorrow, but I got to get those done because it is like deadline day. So it's pretty much last minute. That's crazy. But one thing I did realize is going through last year on the crypto and stuff that I sold, my FAR, like I was looking at numbers, like, is this right? Did I write these down wrong? Did I add them up wrong? What's going on here? But like last year alone, my entire farms, based on everything I sold, has like ROI'd itself 1.5, maybe 2x times just last year alone. Now, we did have Ethereum still last year for 3/4 of the year, so that obviously probably has a big thing in it. But the amount of crypto that I did sell last year, it covers my complete farm like over twice. So I'm like, wow, I sold a lot of crypto last year. Over a Bitcoin. I sold over 1 Bitcoin's worth of crypto, like a decent amount over 1 Bitcoin, just to kind of give you an idea on the amount. I do mention this every day. I do use my crypto every single day, all the time, constantly. That's why when I mine crypto, I don't mine. I'm not mining for 2025 Lambos. I'm mining for sustainability. I'm mining to pretty much be my own money printers. That's why I mine what's profitable. I don't really spec mine very often. Sometimes I do for a couple days. That's about it. And then I have to shut down, especially if it's not covering power. So I always look for efficiency. I will spend a little extra money on something that's more efficient than something that's just straight up density hash rate and not that efficient. So that's the way I run it. I run efficiency. The most amount of hash I can get per watt means more hashes that I can fit on the current power that I have available. And it's also less power expenses coming out of that, maximizing your profit. And that's how I mine crypto personally myself. A lot of people, everyone has different reasons to do it. That's what I do it. And just looking at the numbers from last year on the amount that I actually used of my crypto, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. The amount of crypto I actually used last year. But yeah. Please repeat what you said about Team RedMiner Stratum to solo and get 3x hash bonus, or ever that comment was. Okay, yeah, so let's just kind of look at that. Let's I got it saved in my favorites here because I got to figure this out one of these days. But this right here, Kearney's Ironfish, he has the Team RedMiner Stratum branch. And I don't know how this works. I don't know if you have to compile it yourself, or you got to install Yarn. You got to install, so you got to install Node.js, obviously. Then you got to install Rust. And then you got to install Yarn. And I think you run everything through Yarn. Instead of your normal PowerShell command, you're running everything through the Yarn. I don't know how this fully works yet, but I got to figure it out. But then you gotta install this package of Ironfish. Then on top of that, actually bumps version to 1.1. So actually it looks like they are on the latest version now for this. It might have been updated 3 days ago. Okay, it was. Previously, it wasn't on the absolute latest version, so you actually have to then merge Ironfish into this Team RedMiner Stratum to kind of get. I don't even know how you do any of that. I still got to look. I got a lot of looking into to do this, but this is what you need. So for those of you guys that probably do know what you're doing, maybe you can figure it out and then tell me. But I'll figure it out eventually here. But here is the link to the Stratum, and this is what you need to do your boosting and everything to get the big hash rates on your own node to actually start solo mining. So yeah, this is that. Now, I wish they would just implement it straight in the node. I hope another node update comes in with the latest Stratums and everything that's been going on so that we can just do it like it was on testnet. That was the whole purpose of testnet. Get our stuff ready, figure it all out, get it going. And I was all set to go. And then mainnet hits, they change everything, and the nodes are broken for solo mining. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But whatever. That's the way it is. So you need that right now. Dan Rugs HyperX, I can't keep up. What, you guys still in Ironfish? I'm still in Ironfish because the hash rate's dropping and the yields are going up, so that's a good thing. Now, I've been saying for a while, I feel privacy coins could do a thing, and now a lot of people are skeptical. It's funny, we have a new coin, totally 100% spec mining right now. We don't know what it's going to do, but the ZKP could be a game changer in terms of privacy, at the same way proving transactions are happening on a privacy base. So it's kind of cool here. It's geared towards merchants, and that's geared more towards what crypto was originally intended to do, buy and sell and all this stuff. So I kind of on the back burner. I have a feeling that maybe Ironfish will do something. I don't know. Everyone's turned off by the Genesis block, but no one was turned off when Ethereum devs own like 60 to 70% of all Ethereum. They have massive bags and a huge pre-sale, but now we have 20% of an Ironfish here thing happening, but people are all upset. So, it depends how you look at it. Early on it looks really bad. Long term, miners do hold the majority of the coins at around 83% or something. Out of the original dev block 2, that's also not only in the devs' hands, it also has to go to some airdrops. Now, the airdrops weren't very big for the testnet users. It's going to, I guess, product, promotions, and there's a lot of other things that's coming out of that 43 million. It's not directly into the devs' pockets. On top of that, it's locked up for a year, and then it has a 1-year lockup after that. So I don't think they can even really spend it for at least a year or two to even dump the coin, which leads us into the next bull run. So if it ends up being a rug pull or something, you gotta be faster than the rug pull. Rug pull the rug pull. If you have enough coins, in theory. But I don't know. If the ZKP thing takes off, it could be a huge coin talked about. Now, it might also not be, because if it starts getting slammed with FPGAs and ASICs in the next few months, then it's another coin that GPUs don't really have an option to mine. So it comes down to a couple things. Right now, the yields are picking up because the hash rate's talking down. People start talking smack about it. We're getting more yields because of it, and hopefully something pumps. Now, the price crash from the initial beginning, this happens in almost every single crypto when they first release. So it's not a surprise that this happens. If you expected it to stay at that and maybe go higher, you're wrong. You weren't even close to being accurate. I apologize, but every coin does this. Look at Chia. It started at like $2,000 when people were only expecting $10 to $20, and then it crashed down to whatever it crashed to, and then it's kind of rebounding and doing some decent things later. But every coin pretty much dumps right out of the gates, because everyone's like, all right, coins this. The first couple days of Ironfish was actually more profitable than Ethereum level mining. It was pretty insane. A 3070 was making like $1.40 per 24 hours. Then obviously the hash rate picked up, the price started dumping, and now we are where we are now. So we just got to wait to see what happens. So it's 100% spec mining. Could do something, might not. I just hope something happens, because it is actually doing something different than a lot of coins involving the ZKP thing. But I'm not trying to back it and say, not financial advice. Do your own thing. Mine whatever you feel right. But I think this is something that's a little bit different than everything else right now. What do we got here? A question to Rabid. Is it better to jump around mining different coins, or is it better to mine one coin per month in preparation for the next bull run? That's a great question. And again, that's a hard one to answer, because it depends. Really, it depends. Like, there's so many different ways to mine, so many different strategies to mine. I look at things. I usually go for a couple days, and if it looks like the hash rate is going to remain high after a couple days and the profitability is dropping, then I tend to switch and move to something. There are times where coins really pump very high. Now, if you see a coin pump, like let's take Radiant for an example, it pumped up lots. There's been times where small market like Gecko coin and small coins that aren't really there, but they pumped up quite a bit. By the time you move your rigs to that coin and get the profit and get the coin, and then say maybe your power bill comes out, because like I said, if you might be paying power out of pocket, totally different situation than me. I use my crypto to cover my power, and why I try to stay profitable. So by the time you're mining this and you're trying to get it, more hashes moving on, yields start dropping. Yes, the price is still high, but by the time your power bill comes, usually you're going to be mining that coin at a loss at that point, because now you're not even going to cover power because the power came down, or because the price of the coin came down. They only last a few days each pump. So you do have the option of capitalizing by using something like Zerg Pool in this case. So you can use something like Zerg Pool and get paid out in Bitcoin or something. So I have done that a few times. I've hit, even on some CPU mineable coins, I've hit all sorts of various coins, anywhere from $20 a day upwards to like $200 or $300 a day. It's insane. It doesn't last very long, but it's possible if you're really watching things. So for example, I think Gecko coin was one of those a few months back where it did see a spike, and I went to Zerg Pool. And Zerg Pool market sells, they do take a bit of a cut as well, but I was around $60, $65 a day on my CPUs, because I was market selling and getting paid out in Bitcoin at that point. So I took the capitalization of the pump and took out the profits instantly in Bitcoin, and I didn't have to really worry about it at that point. It could drop 1,000%, and I have it in Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves up and down fairly slow, especially in these times. So yeah, so there's different ways that you can follow and look at the market. So hopefully that kind of answered your question. I don't know if it really did, but that's just what I do when I see certain things happen. What do we got here? Fundwiser, sir, get a passport. I mean, I do have to both, so we can get you smuggle. Oh my gosh. What's up with Helium, the new black app IoT instead of HNT? Yeah, I don't know. The Helium wallet migration, they're on Solana now. So they did do their migration over to Solana. Now, some people have been getting decent rewards lately. I got a lot more than I thought I was. The profitability is kind of there again, but I don't know really what's going on. Now, there's two networks now. There's the 5G and then the original Helium miners. And the original ones are making that IoT coin or something, which you can swap to Helium. And if you had Helium already, obviously it swapped and it converted 50 into each or something. I don't know how it works. But the 5G now, I guess, gets the Helium. And then the other miners previously is the IoT. Now, both networks are now doing, I think they're supposed to be doing two separate things and long term. And I don't know the full situation. I don't even know how to track my miners at this point. I gotta really look into the app and see how to run it. So I don't know. I'll try looking into that later. But yeah, I don't really have any answers for that other than they transitioned over to Solana now, and then you're seeing two different, depending on the Helium miners you have, whether it's the 5G or the older ones, you're getting two different coins, either Helium or IoT. So it's interesting. I don't know how it really works yet. But it looks decent. Like, I don't know. Like, Helium is such a weird thing. Now, obviously, it comes down to Solana. Are they going to crash and burn and go down and never their network have major downtime? Most likely, again, it's probably going to happen, which means Helium and everything will come down. But I don't know. Like, I feel Helium, if they could actually do what we all hope for them to do, it's going to be huge and major. But they have so many hiccups and so many bad things, and everyone's bad-mouthing them. I don't even know if they have a chance to actually do anything that they want to do. But I think the end goal would be absolutely awesome, and that's what I'm hoping they achieve. And I think it's game-changing for the world if they can do it. It's just that I don't know if they're ever going to be able to do it. And what I mean by that is, you're probably like, oh, what do you mean? What are they supposed to do? Now, I don't know if anything changed, and I don't know if it, this 5G swap over thing to the older ones and the IoT versus the Helium thing means what's doing what and so on. But eventually, everything's like the Helium network and everything should eventually be talking to each other as a decentralized internet, cell phone towers, and so on. We got the Hive mapper out there as well, which is kind of part of Helium, and all this stuff in the end should be integrated. So right now, as people trash talk the crap out of these things, I'm okay. Like, even if it's a loss, it's not using any power. I'm okay with actually keeping my Helium miners on at losses for what, 8 watts, 10 watts. It's not much of a loss. You're not going to notice it, but long term, like if they can achieve the ability, like in Canada, cell phone bills extremely expensive, internet bills extremely expensive. Like I said, I got 50 down, 10 up, and I spend like over $100 a month. It's retarded. Cell phone, you get like a couple gigabytes of data, and your whatever plan it is, nationwide calling or texting or whatever the heck it is, it's $100 at least as well. Canada plans are absolutely stupid expensive compared to everyone else in the world. And then we go out there. Now we have the chance that maybe we could have our own decentralized cell phone towers and internet within Helium potentially. This is what I'm hoping ends up happening. If I could fire up a hotspot and I got free internet and they're all talking to each other and it's decentralized and free, awesome. Yeah, you got to pay the hardware. Would you pay $500, $400 or something for a Helium miner if you had free internet for life? I know I would. Same thing for now. It's the versions, 5G versus the IoT. I think one may be the internet side of things. The other one might be the cell phone tower thing. So now you have a 5G miner and the IoT miner. One's going to be running internet. The other one's going to be a decentralized cell phone service. You're totally undermining the big tech companies and telecommunications. This is a huge win in my eyes. Now, I don't know if they're ever going to achieve this. Then we got the Hive mapper floating around out there mapping the world where Google can't really do it, and it's constantly up to date based on how many busy bees are out there. That's also could in theory be talking with the Helium network. So long term, and if you have like, we might not even be alive when these things actually happen, but long term I feel this is huge and something we really need. Short term right now, it's all trash talk and garbage, right? So I don't really know. I don't know. That's the vision I see for them, and I just don't know if they can achieve it. If they can, I feel it would be game changing, but I don't know. What do we got here? Hot crypto mining. I need a RabidMining banner for Terra hosting. Yeah, I know. I'll see what happens. I'll talk to what's it called, Crypty. Yeah, I got banners there on Crypty, so we'll see if they can send you one. Thank you for the 199. Much appreciated. What's going on, Hawk? What are you up to?
Hey, Rabid,
Everyone please hit the like button, or our host is great. MG Printing Design, thank you very much. Hit that like button. And you know what? Let's go back into the hive mind for a second here. Let's take a deep breath and relax.
Focus. Focus. Breathe. We are one. We are connected. We are minus 100 viewers, 43 likes. Hit that like button.
I shall fold Morse and summon the greatest bear market the history of Bitcoin has ever seen.
There you go. You heard it. You better hit that like button, guys. Like that's you don't want to mess with something like that. Oh, crazy. Oh, what? There's an ad in there? Oh no, everyone missed my old big OG thing happening. Oh man, that sucks. I'm scared. I found a Reddit post very useful. Just working, not much, a lot going on. Yeah, there's crazy stuff going on right now, for sure, everywhere. Yes, ad. Darn it, the ad kicked in. Okay, that sucks. I don't know, it's on auto ad, so it's almost like, it feels like Twitch at this point, where I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on this platform, so I might get in trouble, but that's kind of like what they're running there well, I don't even know how they do it, but yeah, everything's all in auto, so it's some new feature YouTube decided to add in there, and I can't really, well, I could control it if I catch it in time and say stop, but I'm never really paying attention to that screen. I'm looking at the other one all the time. But you guys got ad bombs, so that sucks. Now, where did it go? Did you guys even catch the part where, it's going to be summoned down and bear market for life or something like that? Join channel and ad blocker. Don't say it then. Don't say it then. No. Crypto perks. Yeah, my neighbor's dog started to howl. Hey, Toronto Corporation. What's going on, Trillion Capital? Do you like Papa John's pizza? No, but Pizza 73 is pretty darn good. Actually, I don't know if I've had Papa John's, to be honest with you. And fun fact that you guys may or may not care about, I did get a Google pop-up today on my phone that said today is national, maybe only in Canada, I don't know, but it says it's National Bubble Tea Day. So go and get yourselves a bubble tea. Missed it all. Red Putz missed it all. Only missed a little, skipped it quick. Mining episode, Rabid removes the Canuck filter and reveals his true voice for 10 seconds. Yes, that's what we do around here. 27950X is Chirish, yeah. Awesome, absolutely. I've been looking into them. I'm up in the air. I know I've been talking, guys, should I get an Epic? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I was looking at the prices. The 7000 series is kind of coming down. The motherboards are still kind of expensive, but they're only like, for the Gigabyte DH3, like at least for Canadian prices, it's only like an extra $60 over like the X470 Gaming Plus MSI motherboard AM4. So it's only like an extra $60, which isn't too bad now. You look at the price, it's still 199 Canadian. It's like, oh, that's still expensive, but the prices are starting to slowly come down, and I'm debating. I'm like, 2 7950Xs, or should I get an Epic, the 64 128 thread beast, but it only runs at 2.3 gigahertz versus 4.5 or even higher, actually, if you want to boost that 7950X baby even more. But yeah, I don't know. I'm up in the air what I want to do. I feel more value for my money would probably be in the 7000 series, because then obviously if a motherboard goes down or something, it'd be easier to replace than getting an Epic motherboard. And yeah, I'm still up in the air. I don't know what to do. Obviously, I 100% want to get an Epic and get my hands on one and play around with it and test it and be just awesome. But yeah, you also get less Hive OS fees. One rig versus two, you save 30 cents in that matter. Threadripper fun. Stop threading. Get in debt, Matt. Get in debt. I'm in too much of that already. Way too much. I just finished saying, I'm working on my taxes now, and it's not looking too good. What do we got here? Can get 3 7950X for the price of one Epic rig. It was about 2.2, I think, unless that ad is gone now. It might be down. It's about 2.2 7950Xs. I think to get two 7950Xs in Canada here cost me around $2,200, and to get a single Epic fully complete, it was around $2,600 or something. So it'd be an extra $500 or so, and I don't know if the efficiencies and that stuff would be that much of a gain above it. So it's hard to say. It's really hard to say until you actually have hands-on and can play around with it. But also, like the 7742s, how old are they now? Like, when did they release? They're like, what, 5-6 years old now? They've been in servers for how long? Like, in theory, you know, a CPU almost lasts forever. But, like, what if it goes down? What if it dies in like a year? That would suck. But so I don't know. I'm really up in the air. We'll see. What do we got here? Does Epic make more though? That's a great question right now. Let's try to run through that. Let's go to the calculator and do a quick. Let's see. I think the 7950Xs might make more, but let's go 3 7950. That's 4. Actually, it's 2. I'm gonna go with 2. We're going with 2 here. We're gonna load this up now. We got to adjust our Astrobot thing here. So what is that? Depending on how you run it, 22, 20, let's go 24 times 2, 48. I guess that would have been easy math in the head. So we're going to go 48 here, and I'm going to go 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Calculations. So two 7950Xs right now would be about $2.20 and $2.84 after power. Now, what is it? So I believe this is doing about 291. Now the Epic is about 53, based on numbers I've been asking people to have them at 291 watts. So it's just kind of going here. So 284 after power, or 220 after power, 284 before. Engage. So it is making a little more, but it's not lots more. Now in bull run time, it might be a lot more because, you know, we're sitting at what, $7-8 in Duro right now, but in bull run we could be around $25-30. I believe, what was it, $23 was the last bull run. So Duro's been doing good, and it hasn't really seen much of a drop coming into the bear market, and it's been holding steady and slowly climbing. So who knows, $40 Duro, you know, it means we could actually end up making a lot more with that Epic. Now I only adjusted the Duro hash rate here. I can't remember. I think on Random X we're actually around 40. We're around 42 or 48 as well when it comes to Random X at 291. So what is that looking like for Random X? That puts that actually puts XMR even in profits of 51 cents. That's kind of crazy. You're in 51 cent profit on a coin like XMR with an Epic. Pretty crazy. And so now to put that into perspective with GPU, a 4090 is about $400 or $500 cheaper than this in Canadian prices. So what's a 4090 making right now? 89 cent profit is currently what a 4090 is making. 9 cent. Wait a minute. So if we're looking at XMR is almost as profitable as a 4090. But if we look at Duro on an Epic versus a 4090, you know, we're at $2.36 after power, where we're hanging out a 4090 at 89 cents with power. Would you spend an extra $400 over a 4090 to make over double the profit? I would. I got the wattage wrong. Where? It should be 291. Oh yeah, this one. I totally got that wrong. But is this one at 291? Yeah, that's 291. There we go. Let's go back to XMR and look at that. XMR not profitable now. Okay, so now we're 25 cents. That's looking a little better, but we're still profit. We're still in the profit range here on that. But still, XMR being profitable. It hasn't been profitable for CPUs for very often in the past year or two because there's so much hash rate and botnets hitting it. But the profitability is actually picking up on XMR, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, that's crazy. $2.36 profit. Now, what's an ROI on that? I know that's a big deal. ROI. What's the ROI? So let's just go $2.36. We're doing Canadian prices here, guys. 2,600. Actually, the earnings here this isn't even correct because then our earnings here are in USD, but I'm basing my pricing off Canadian prices. So 2,600 for this epic divided by, so 236. I just 236 USD to Canadian is $3.22 Canadian. So we're going to divide that by 3.22. So that is 807 days of an ROI. So that's a little over 2 years, which is, in a business investment, that's pretty darn good. I know a lot of miners are coming in from Ethereum, 3 to 4 month ROIs. You know, it almost seems like anything over a 7 or 8 month ROI is garbage, not worth it. Most businesses, you know, they consider 3 to 5 year ROIs the average ROI number in investments they make. So a 3 year, a little over a 2 year ROI in this case is pretty darn good as an investment as a business. Now, is another way to look at it. In theory, my entire CPU farm right now could buy this thing in a couple weeks, maybe less. And in theory, you know, because I'm just using my farm already ROI'd this thing by itself before I even get it, which adds to more efficiency. So there's a whole bunch of different angles to kind of talk yourself into it, as well as adjusting things. But now, let's say Dero does hit $23 again. Actually, you know, I think it's going to go to at least 25, but I'm going to go with 23, previous bull run. So now we're looking at 0.42 Dero. 0.42. We're going to times that by $23. We're now making $9.66 per day. If you're hodling this coin, $9.66 per day on free power. Remember, free power here, hodling. You only have a single rig. Power is not really going to be that bad. So now let's kind of look at an ROI. Now we got $9.66 USD to Canadian. $13.19 per day is what this thing would be making for me, Canadian wise. 13, what was that? 13.19. So now I'm going to go 2,600, divide that by 13.19. That is a 197 day ROI. So if I mined for 197 days and made at least this, now the network hash, I guess it's middle ground, kind of lower right now. It has, if it dropped below 200 mega hash, we'd be almost insane amount of Dero. But let's say I mined for 197 days and then I just shut off that rig completely. Would I do that? No. But say I shut it off and then Dero hits $23 and I sell, it ROI'd itself in 197 days. That's kind of what I look here. You know, short-term thinking of ROIs right now isn't always the best decision to go. That's why it also surprised me myself. You know, you look at some of these profit calculators right now. Oh, we're at $1. We're at this. Let's do a 3900X right now. And that's why these aren't 100%, you know, accuracy thing. So let's go into here. Actually, I'm going to go 30 because that's what I got. So I'm going to go 30 here, load it up. I'm around 420 there. Okay, whatever, 11 cents. So here's in theory my farm kind of right now, rough estimate. And you know, it's saying $24 a day, 17.14 after power on Dero right now. There's other coins that still aren't on this calculator that sometimes they make a little more, sometimes they're less, you know, always jumping around. But we're leading into the future here. I was looking at backwards of last year's tax and stuff. We're looking at this, and you're only making $17 a day. If I was to times that, 17 times 365, well, no, 17 times 365, you know, that's only $6,200. That's about half ROI of my CPUs in 1 year, which is not bad. That means 2 year ROI right now, and still technically a bear market. It's pretty darn good. But I was just, like I said, I was going through my taxes and I looked at everything I sold last year, and my entire farm ROI'd itself almost twice on the amount of crypto I just sold last year. So I'm like, okay, because remember, I mine crypto for sustainability. I look for the most efficiencies, and I use my crypto all the time, whether it's for groceries, you know, covering the power, mortgage. I use my crypto all the time. Like, majority of all my income is 80% crypto. So yeah, my farm definitely covered itself a lot just from selling last year and now moving forward. So we got to keep these things in mind. Sustainability, my farm has ROI'd itself twice last year in coins that it sold. So these are things we got to kind of keep in the back of our mind as well. It's very interesting. Anyway, did I lose anybody there? But I didn't even know how that started. Did it start with a question? Did it start? Anyway, we went into something over there. I'm out. Talk to you later. All right, Hawk's out of here. Thank you for showing up, Hawk. Need more Monero. Need more XMR. Yes, I believe privacy coins are going to be huge moving forward. 7950X rig with 1x8 gigabyte or 16 gigabyte of RAM. I don't know if the size of RAM really matters. Maybe as we move more closer into the whole proof of useful work thing, maybe RAM will start to be a thing. But, you know, when it comes straight out CPU mining, it mostly comes down to whatever you can find for cheaper. Majority of the algorithms, RAM doesn't do a single thing for it. Now, certain coins like the Random X coins and the Yes Script R16, those coins do love their dual channel, 2 sticks of RAM, and low latency. But everything else out there doesn't require it. So it all depends on what you really plan on mining long term. So if you plan on mining XMR, yeah, you're gonna need more expensive low latency RAM, and then versus, you know, getting the cheapest crap you can find is gonna hash exactly the same on pretty much all the other coins out there. So, you know, it might just be better off just getting the cheap stuff. As for the size, again, I don't think it matters right now. But it might once proof of useful work becomes a thing, because we might want to be converting some of these CPU rigs into using that times 16 slot and stuff, depending on how the whole thing emerges into the future here. I have a question. Is it cheaper to build your own FPGA from scratch or buy one ready to go? That's a great question. I have no idea. I've kind of been looking into that very idea right there, and I just haven't really looked in. I don't know how much the chips themselves actually cost. Now the PCBs and stuff, I don't know. It all depends, I guess, how much you can find all the parts for. I don't know how much the chips, like I said, really cost. But you might be, I believe, was it Crypto Mikkel said earlier, like to get the FPGAs that are in the E300, it would actually cost more to get the FPGAs separately than what they're selling the E300s for. And other people say it's a lot, they're ripping you off, and it's a lot cheaper to get yourself. So I guess it depends where you are, where you look. Crypto Mikkel knows a lot about FPGAs, and he's been using them for a while. And he said E300s are actually a pretty decent deal compared to the FPGAs they have in them. So, you know, I don't know. I don't have FPGAs. I really wish I could get my hands on some FPGAs so I could play around with them, but I don't have any, so I cannot comment. I fired up the 3970X and RTM and Hive running at 94 degrees. Is that normal? I don't know. I never played with it. You didn't send it to me to try, so I can't tell you how good it's supposed to run. I guess it would come down. Like, what are your clocks? What are your voltages at? Did you set any of that? What's the cooler on that thing? There's a whole bunch of things, unknowns that we don't know about. So, yeah, I don't know what it's all running at, but that does seem fairly high. It should be lower, I think. I made a list. Okay, well, let's go. What was that degrees in? Did you say 90? Yeah, 94. Yeah, that seems high. I made a list for you, all the parts and prices. Oh, really? Okay. Where are you going to get bit streams? So, yeah, that's another question. Bit streams for FPGAs. That's a tough one. So Team RedMiner, obviously, they do make public bit streams, but then the dev fee is like 10% or something, which is crazy. But still, you're hashing over 1,000x better than a GPU on most of those coins. So a 10x dev fee is still better. There are private bit streams, depending if you know the right people, I guess, that you have to buy, which could be another $50 to $100. No idea. Maybe more. But yeah, it's some you have to purchase. Some are open source and public. They keep downloading, like the Team RedMiner ones. And other than that, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have an FPGA, so I haven't really looked into all of that too much. Now, obviously, if I got my hands on one, I'd be all over looking to see exactly where I can get everything as much as I possibly can, and what the heck am I going to make the most with this thing. I'd be all over that, but I just don't have one, so I'm not doing that. Secondhand FPGAs are cheap. New ones are crazy expensive. The VU13P FPGAs that is in the CVP13 FPGA costs like 50K USD on DigiKey, but 2K secondhand. Oh my gosh, and those are expensive. Wow, like secondhand's only 2K, guys. That's not cheap. That's crazy. That's a 50K from DigiKey. Wow. Yeah, those things are not cheap at all. Where do you find the firmware for iPollo? They don't have the same version on their website. So if you go to actually iPollo's website and you go into support and say, hey, yo, what's the latest version of your firmware and what is different about it? Then they usually give you the link to the latest version, and then they tell you what they kind of changed. So that's usually how I get it. T-Swift usually gets it. Sometimes T-Swift beats me to the punch and gets the new one before me, and then I download it from them. But that's usually how you can get the latest version or find out if there's a new version. You can get it through their support like weeks before they ever update their website for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, straight from my Polo support. Okay, what else do we got here? What are we gonna look at? We didn't really look at it. Let's go to mining pool stats. Let's like look at stuff. So what's going on mining pool stats today? Any new coins? New coins. Looks like the latest coin is still Iron Fit. What is this? 18 days ago, Ceiling Cat coin. Script. What is Ceiling Cat coin? And Proof of Memes 22 days ago. Why is this back? This was like a couple months ago. This was a thing. Remember? You guys remember Proof of Memes? I really think this coin is something sketchy. But, oh yeah, Wooly Pooly promoting the crap out of it. They're on first. I remember they talked a lot. Well, there's no exchange anymore? So I don't know what happened, but someone did post in my Discord about Proof of Memes that something happened. I don't know if it was a rug pull and someone else took it over or what. But, yeah, anyway, something crazy happened. I just want to go through. So Proof of Memes was being promoted as, it's the next best thing for GPU miners, proof of work, it's awesome, yada yada. Then if you actually went to their website and looked at their tokenomics and stuff, like 55 to 60% of the total supply is going to be airdropped to stakers. How can you promote yourself as being the next best thing for proof of work when over half your coins is being airdropped to stakers? That makes zero sense to me. And Wooly Pooly was one of the pools promoting the crap out of this thing as being the next best proof of work thing. Now it looks like it doesn't even have an exchange anymore. And I don't know what's going on. And like I said, someone posted a link about something happened there. I don't know if the head devs got in a fight and they split. And I don't know what's going on. But now it doesn't even look like there's an exchange available anymore. And it started over. They started the chain over or something. I don't know. Something crazy going on there. So, yeah. Proof of Memes, stay away. Now watch it go like 10,000x or something in 2025. Remember when Rabid said stay away? Guys, not financial advice. Do whatever you want. You want some Proof of Memes? Go get yourself some Proof of Memes. You been mining that Baba coin? I mined it a little bit. I don't know how much I have. Not very much. But someone was mentioning something bad about BBC as well. And I don't know what it was. I can't remember. It's in my DMs. I'll have to check it out and see. Remember, it's just a rumor. I don't know. Something about centralized. Or they can remove funds out of people's wallets whenever they want to. I don't know. It was something crazy. I don't know what it was. But there's something going on there. But yeah, I've been watching it and checking it when hash rate drops. Getting a little bit more of it, and sometimes it has become pretty profitable there, that BBC there. Tachi coin, I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's slowly dying off as well. But Coin Taft is another one that, it looks like it's gaining momentum again. What's going on here? Hash rate's picking up. Something's going on with Tachi coin. Not sure what. That's interesting. Not the greatest exchange, not the most volume, but it's still some. Yeah, interesting. Oh, yeah. What do we got here? What do we got on... What is the top coins right now? We got Radiant Dynix, Iron on the AMD GPUs, it looks like. Nexa for a 3070 Ti laptop. 6800. Okay. Oh, I know what. Hey, guys. So, I haven't done an update on the ZIL thing for a while. So, I've been trying different coins, splitting up my stuff, doing different things. And recently there was, I guess, a fork happened within ZIL. I don't know the details on that, but it's something sounded like they were they didn't even do a testnet. They're running their testnet on mainnet. I don't know what changed or what they're doing, but I was in the middle of testing ZIL pools, see what's doing good. And I went over the past couple days, and K1, I feel, is a dominant factor when it comes to ZIL. If you want ZIL, you mine at K1. Now, the thing about this is you also got to mine the main coin at K1, or you're going to get the high fees that all the other pools charge as well. So in order to actually get the big boost in ZIL, you got to also have your main coin on there. So ETC plus ZIL, whatever, plus anything they support, K1 has to support that main coin first. But I just want to go through some numbers here. So let's look at this. So right here. Here I'm on Crazy Pool, which was about the second best ZIL pool based on everything. I don't know if anything changed, but I do want to try other pools as well. But I got 3 workers. 3 workers running on Crazy Pool. We got the V1 Mini, the V1 Mini SE, and the V1 Mini SE Plus. So the 3 best Apollo miners in theory for Ethash and ETC. They're all the 6 GB versions. They can move to ETC or Ethash. I got those 3 on Crazy Pool. And for my last rewards here we can see, what is this? Yesterday, I got 16.23 ZIL, and I got 12.8 today so far. It's still building up. But in the past 24 hours, I got 13.76 ZIL in the past 24 hours with those 3 miners on Crazy Pool. Now, here's where I'm like, wow, no one can touch K1. So here I am. Here's my workers on K1 Pool. I got ETC Mini and the ETC Mini Plus. In theory, the 2 worst miners, they're only 3.6 gigahash. They can only mine ETC coins plus ZIL. And, you know, they have the lowest hash rate under the other one. So I got less hash rate here and only 2 miners, where I have the 3 best miners on Crazy Pool. Look at my past 24 hours. Past 24 hours, 17.17 ZIL with 2 of the worst miners versus the 3 best miners. 17 in the past 24 hours. More ZIL than freaking Crazy Pool is giving me with more hash and miners. You can see here's the line of the past few days. 17 ZIL is right here, and you can see all the lines are above 17 ZIL every day. So that's yesterday, day before, this is today. Now I don't know why it's not giving my number. Usually when you highlight this, it gives you the number here. So maybe it's a browser thing, it's glitched. We'll see, but we can see here with these 2 miners, the ETC Mini and the ETC Mini Plus, I'm getting more ZIL at K1 than the 3 best miners are getting on freaking Crazy Pool. So yeah, so I'm gonna move. I'm gonna keep those 2 miners obviously on K1, and now I'm gonna take my 3 miners. I'm gonna move them onto Easel Me, and then I'm gonna move them onto Flex Pool and just kind of see how the other pools are doing, because I am very curious. That's insane. Like, in theory, just by default, this should be at least tied or more, just because I have more hash than the best miners on it. But freaking the 2 worst, I just, yeah, K1 guys, don't even have to question it. K1 is still obviously the best ZIL pool out there. But again, only if you're mining the main coin as well on K1 Pool. So if there's a coin that K1 Pool supports and you want to ZIL mine, check out if it's their main coin. Use K1 and get that ZIL. Now, if you don't really care about ZIL, obviously mine whatever main coin wherever you want and get a little bit of ZIL on the side. But if you're strictly looking for best ZIL and stuff, and K1 supports your main coin, I would probably point my rigs on that pool right there. Would be great you change to EZIL pool for comparison purposes. Yeah, I think I might do that next. I'll move to EZIL and then I'll move to Flex Pool, and you know, I'll keep these same numbers kind of screenshotted so I have an idea. Now, usually every day is always the same. Like, sure, difficulty could happen here, that could happen there. Maybe it'll switch by a coin or 2, but regardless, I'm gonna keep those main 2 on K1, and I'll just do a comparison. I'll put rigs on it so I get at least a full 24 hours on each pool, and you'll see either it's close or it's not. But the point is, it's 3 rigs versus 2. So even if it's close, you're still winning with K1 and that matters. But yeah, I'm going to move over to EZIL. I'll move over to Flex Pool, and I'll just go through them in each day and then make sure I get at least, I'm going to go for probably 2 or 3 days at a time. So it's going to take a while, maybe a month to finally get all this data together. But right now we can clearly see that K1 is destroying Crazy Pool in the terms of ZIL. On Apollos. Now, GPUs could be different. You do get more ZIL with GPUs, just the way they do things. It depends on the stratum. They're loading the DAG sizes earlier so you can get in there. On top of the latest Apollo firmware is in my Apollo miners, and it's supposed to have another dual mining boost, so that could be in there. So there's other factors still at play here, but you know, straight up head on right here, we can see that K1's the winner on Apollo miners anyway. Would be cool if K1 gets an Ironfish pool. Yeah, maybe. You know, I've been asking them about a few coins they should add, because again, that ZIL boost is so huge. So we'll see what happens. What is the lowest profit that you'll run your GPUs? Well, profit is profit in theory. I think, like 25-30 cents maybe, and that's if it looks like it's going to hold steady, because even that, a 20 or 30 cent profit range it's still not looking that hot because it won't take much of a price going up or down to crater those profits. You're still borderline there. So I'm really up in the air right now. But, if you're at least covering your power costs for most of the time, then I feel that's okay. But, I'd really feel a lot more comfortable, obviously, at maybe a 40 to 50 cent per GPU profit. That's going to be hard. That's going to be rough. And that's the major issue I'm really still seeing. That's why I'm diversifying. Like, I don't know if I'm really going to... I want to get a few more GPUs for the next bull run, obviously. I do want to do that. It's probably going to be in the 5000 series because it'll be the newest gen, best efficiency when those release just prior to that run starting. So I'm probably going to wait till next year before I do that. But overall, I think I'm going to put most of my investments either into my CPUs or ASICs because the coins have been doing well. They have nowhere else to go really except up. And, CPU mining isn't as popular. Obviously, it is gaining traction and more hash rate comes on, then obviously the profitability will drop. But just in terms of GPUs, there's just so many GPUs out there that need to turn back on and waiting to turn back on. And so many people have high hopes that it's going to be easy. And I really feel, I feel at the peak of the bull run, we're still going to have like a year or two of an ROI on a GPU. And, unless you get it for $20. That might be different depending. If you can pick up 3070s for maybe $100 or something, you're looking good. But yeah, in terms of efficiency and like I said, the reason I mine and for sustainability, I need the most efficient hardware, and I'm okay paying more for efficiency because it's just better long term. So I'm probably going to wait for the 5000 series, let you guys all pick up the current ones. No offense, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really up in the air on GPUs. I just still feel there's a lot of unknowns to really put a huge investment in GPUs right now moving into that. Now, it doesn't mean now Flux could go 1000x, 2000x. I don't know. Something could really explode and things will be great again. But I really don't think anything will be anywhere near Ethereum level mining in the next bull run. It's gonna be a huge wake up call for GPUs in 2020, 25, I feel. But again, too soon to tell. We'll just have to wait and see. Yo, guy, just stopping through. I'm with Sodon getting some Intel A5 750s. I got to build out at least one full rig. Only 2 so far. How are the 750s doing? Now, yeah, like I said, you can't always count on calculators, but they give you a rough idea. Where is a 470 in here? A470. Where are you at? How you doing? Where are you? Okay, 380's there. Is it 470? Which one did you say? 750. 750's right here. Is the A380 is more profitable than the 750? What? What's going on here? What is this? I don't have any of these, but they're not profitable on anything. Intel's not looking too hot. I don't know. I don't have one to test though, so I don't know. I don't know what the actual hash rate numbers are, but according to this, like this could be way out to lunch though, so I don't know, but it's not looking like Intel's worth anything right now. Now, if you have free power though, it is looking like 44 cents revenue, but they must be using quite a bit of power. What's the lithium power on this? Whoa, that's not right. 180 watts as if. Okay, this is way out to lunch. How much power are these things using? Just sent me a friend request to recall Rabid. Please stand up. Someone. That's hilarious. No, I did not send you a friend request. How much power is a freaking A5 750 doing on like a lithium? I cannot see this thing using 180 watts. That seems stupid high. So I think these numbers are out to lunch. Like 46. So maybe these are pretty decent. Maybe these are making 20 cents or something right now. They're just at the bottom of the list because of this power number right here, which is crazy. Tuning is restricted on Intel. You can't adjust the map. Oh, I was unaware of that. Okay, interesting. You cannot tune them. Not yet, maybe. Maybe a dedicated Intel miner will release or something. So, but it's still using less power. It's not using 180 watts on freaking a lithium, is it? Like, what's a 4090 using on? I think what's a 4090 use on a lithium? 241 at 4.5 gigahash. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm up in the air. I'm really don't know. Everyone has their own opinion, guys. I'm not disagreeing with Soda at all. If he feels Intel and stuff are looking great, then awesome. But I feel the 5000 series, like I said, is going to come out as a bombshell and be probably a pretty darn good GPU. Because when the 4000 series first released, obviously we got they wiped it. 4090 dropped, and Nvidia already said, okay, we're done. We're already thinking of the 5000 series. This is a wash. And they're really putting a lot of time and effort in their 5000 series, and we're expecting some big things. Now, whether they deliver is a different question. Maybe they won't deliver and they're not as great as we're hoping. But just through nanometer and latest tech, the 5000 series should be a pretty dominant force. Now, if they also hopefully they increase that bus speed as well when it comes to memory stuff. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna go with the 5000 series just before the bull run hits. Newer GPUs, newer tech, and then go from there. But I'm probably going to throw most of my stuff into more CPUs, I think. That's just a route I think I'm going to take personally. Everyone do your own thing, not financial advice. The full OC support isn't there yet. Future, and they're only $250. Oh, they're only $250. Well, that's not bad. Then they're pretty cheap. But then again, like I said, I have no issue spending more money on efficiency over that, because you can fit a lot. Like, I'm also power limited. Now if you have a giant warehouse and cheap power and you have like unlimited power where you can just fire in massive amounts of hardware and not have to worry, then whatever, you got cheap power, a lot of power to use, fire in cheap GPUs, and the power doesn't really matter. But myself, like, I only got 60 amps max that I can play with, and I don't even know if I can use all that. So it comes down to efficiency. I want to get the most amount of hash rate that I can get on per single watt of power used. And that's what I care about. And that's what I feel you make the most when it does come down to efficiencies. Because as hash rates and everything does pick up in bull runs, the yields greatly drop as well. Yes, the price is up, so the profitability is up, but the yields drop, which means efficiency becomes more and more important than kind of looking at numbers right now, where we might have to 3x the hash rate on every coin by the time the bull run hits or something. So your yields are going to drop 3x. So keep these things in the back of your mind as well. I need another 30 amps. Yeah, I got 60 amps total. Now I only have a 100 amp panel. So I don't even know if I can use my full 60 amps, 80% of each. So 57 and 57. So whatever that is. I got about a little over 11,000 I could probably use, but I'll probably only keep that down to maybe 8,000 or 9,000 to be safe, but we'll see. Fundvisor has a 60 amp service. That's crazy. Crazy. And then there's people out there with megawatts. Imagine that, just megawatts, million watts. Just, I wish. Have you experienced issues with the Ironfish CLI wallet? Windows taking a while to show your balance. I would think it would be a few seconds, but a 1 minute plus seems kind of long. I guess it would probably depend on your hardware that you're running your node on, maybe. I use the little node boxes, the B-links. I do have a link in the description if you want, but that's what I use for majority of all my nodes. So those little B-link node boxes, the U59 Pro. And for Ironfish, it takes about 15-20 seconds once you put in your balance thing for it to actually pop up. So it is a little bit of a delay there, but I've never seen anything in the minutes. That's a long time, but probably come down to hardware, you mining on the node that you're using as well, and other factors. You get your power off your stove outlet. A lot of people do that too. That's pretty crazy. My Raspberry Pi B Plus has an Ironfish node on it. Takes 1 to 4 seconds for commands. See, look at that. Raspberry Pi is blowing away Ironfish. That's awesome. Mega what? Same, started upgrading 3,000 to 5,000 to 7,000. Oh, nice. Awesome. What do we got here? Use induction 2 burner. Oh, you guys are crazy. So, let me try to see if I have anything else to go through. I don't think I really do. If you guys don't have any other questions, we'll probably wrap this up. I still got to do my taxes, remember, guys. But, we'll give it a couple minutes here. Do you guys have any questions that you want kind of answered before we wrap up this live stream? Besides nuclear power, Red Putz is all about the nukes. It's all about the nukes. 100 viewers, 66 likes. Hit that like button, guys. Come on, what's going on? I guess we gotta do it again. Here we go. You guys. Oh, I'm gonna have to summon her.
viewers, 66 likes. Hit that like button, or I will rain down the biggest bear market in the history of crypto.
Yeah, you heard that. You heard that. That's a thing. Craziness, craziness. With you. What are your thoughts on Babacoin? I don't know everything on Babacoin. Like I said, I've been getting I got some DMs about Babacoin. I don't know if it's real or not. I gotta look into it, but it sounds very centralized, very controlled by the devs. Where they could like literally, I don't think that's possible, but maybe they can wipe transactions and take coins, and I don't know. It's way out there, but I don't really know. I did mine Babacoin a few times. Sometimes the price does go up a little bit and the hash rate drops, and it makes it worthwhile. So I don't know anything about the coin itself, but sometimes it's profitable as long as you sell. Now, as for long-term holding, that's totally up to you. I don't know. I've already liked twice. Wait, that means I removed it. Yes, EK, what are you doing? I know you're joking. Best YouTube, Babatash. Craziness. All right, guys, though, but we are going to wrap up this one. I got to finish up my taxes and all this other crazy stuff. So I do appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. We will see you all in the next one.
Rabid out.